Habibi! Bruder! Bruder! Talk with Stay. Epic content.
Epic content.
Bro, man, lately, I never do this actually, but in my free time, I watch German content now. Mostly Montana Black. And,
Okay, and how's it going?
I'm very entertained by Montana Black because I think I connect to Montana Black because we're both boomers. Like old dudes. And it's always very interesting to me to learn about the German content creation meta right now. And truly, the more I watch German... let me turn the music off, man. 1 sec. Boom. The more I watch German YouTubers and streamers, the more you realize they have their own language and you learn their language. This kind of German Arabic Habibi style. Like they all these German YouTubers... Habib, hey, they all talk like Ich küsse deine Augen, Bruder. Mashallah, die Hübsche. They all talk like this now, man.
Dude, this is I don't think they do actually. I think it's involved into something in between. It's not that it was kind of like you said, it was super hardcore Habibi, Mashallah, ich küsse dein Herz, möge deine Familie in Rosen leben. Something like this, but I think it transformed into a state in between. I'm not watching any content creators who talks like that, to be honest.
Especially, I mean, do you ever leave the house? Do you see young people, young Germanic
Fuck young people?
Young people all talk like this now because they're influenced by the rap scene. The rap scene is a lot of Arabic culture, and they talk like Mashallah, Bibi. And the young people, they talk like this. When I see young people on the street, they dress like the rappers, and they're like the whitest dude. His name is Karl Franz, Alter, and he's walking around. Mashallah, Bibi, ich schwöre, ich küsse deine Augen, Bruder. That is like, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's like just culture, I guess.
Yeah, it develops.
It's just always weird. You meet the whitest kid, and you're like, hello, young man, how are you? And Mashallah, Bruder, was geht? Ich bin der August. Wie geht es dir, Bruder? Ich schwöre. Like today, I was watching an interview with Capital Bra. I never listened to a single song of him, but Capital Bra is like the biggest rapper in Germany right now. And no offense, these people cannot talk. They talk like kindergarten children. They talk like, Brudi, I like rap. Yes, thank you. Like it's very, I don't know, no offense, but...
What kind of music do you listen to?
Lately, I listen to a lot of old school rap. Very like 90s rap, Biggie Smalls and shit.
Dr. Dre, Eminem.
No. I say old school, you zoomy
dude,
boomy.
Dude, you fucking old piece of shit. Eminem and Dr. Dre is old school. We are fucking... That's the thing, man.
I say 90s, man. Biggie Smalls and shit.
Oh, you mean like the black and white TV here.
Yeah, black and white, like right here. Look at this, 90s hip-hop mix, East Coast. Eminem is more like, isn't he like 2000s and shit? I don't know, like his big hype.
1999. 1999.
The thing is, I only listen to rap that truly represents the ghetto, you know, because I feel it. I wanna, hey, listen, you are, I know you're like, I don't share anything private, which probably makes a lot of sense, but you are born in Saxony, right?
Yes.
But you never say where exactly, right? Or...
close to Leipzig, to be honest.
Like a village or?
A small village. It has maybe 10 houses or something.
Jesus. Yeah. Can you text
in
it to me? I will never leak it.
Close to a forest, to be very close to a forest.
Can you text it to me? I will not leak it at all. I swear to God. I just want to... Because you're kind of born near me, man. Makes me connected to you. He's probably from Bautzen. And his family is hardcore SS.
Here.
He is born in... Wait. You didn't text me yet?
I did.
No, I didn't get a text. Maybe it's German internet.
No, maybe I got the wrong number.
Oh, on my phone!
Of course, that's... Dude,
oh, I know that.
You
I know
fucking
that city.
boomer, man.
Oh, my phone.
Text me that.
Oh, that's your new number.
That's my...
I sometimes text Stay and he just says, you fucking idiot, this is my old number, don't text me here.
Dude, I was precautious. I was so precautious. I was like, Okay, those fucking boomers, they're all gonna mess up my shit. So I got a new phone number half a year ago, and I wrote everyone my new number. And you're one of the only guys who just like till the last day wrote on my old number. Hey, Staiy, can you ask me?
Dude,
No.
you actually were born right next to me, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, you had like these beautiful lakes, right, in your childhood, or right? There's all these lakes.
I can't remember. My parents flee the East poorness.
Oh,
East German poorness.
How long did you, like, you were born in this city, and how long did you stay there?
Half a year.
Oh, so you never really had like a
I don't
there.
even fucking know now.
So where did you go after that?
Why did we leave? You mean?
No, where did you? Where was your childhood? Where?
Still
Kinda
East Germany. Still East Germany, but not in Saxony.
You went to the north, or
Kinda, yeah.
like Brandenburg, or what? Be careful
Not
here.
disclosing that.
Okay, too much information already.
Too much information, indeed.
If someone asks you,
But every time I go back to my grandparents, or when I went back to my grandparents, I instinctively started to fucking Sächseln. Instinctively. I never grew up there. I never talked a word in there. But then suddenly I became one of them.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing. It's your culture, man. You know, like on normally I talk normal German, but when I go outside, like to the bakery where they know me for many years, I also go like, Moin, Alter! Was haben wir heute da? Sag mal. Oh, Brötchen, ich nehme ein Brötchen mit, Alter. Mach mal. Why not, man? This is the local customs. Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, I always say Saxon is like the French of the Germans.
Yeah. I mean, if you ask 9.9 out of 10 German women, would you date a man with a Saxon accent? They would all say no.
Wouldn't.
They all say no.
Wouldn't.
Yeah, they all say
wouldn't.
no.
To be honest, it's pretty fucked up to hear the first time.
It's Hilly-Billy German? Ah.
It is Hilly-Billy German, it is.
I always felt Bavarians are the hillbillies. But,
It's Cape Kona German, it is.
Kind of true.
Totally is.
Kind of true, man.
But it's not about the language, it's also about the attitude. When you just Hilly-Billy German, you see all this German rednecks in their villages talking about how it was good in the past days.
Früher, Alter. Der Führer, der hat viel falsch gemacht, aber manchmal, ja, da hat er auch recht gehabt. What I sometimes want to defend the East Germans, the Saxons, because I want to, when you come back, I always felt like the Saxons are very, how to say, not hostile, the other thing. When you welcome people to you, what's that? I don't know.
Welcoming?
Yeah, welcoming. They're very, I feel very, when I travel Germany and I go to Bavaria or Berlin, I think the people are very, very, fuck you, don't get close to me, I have a better car than you.
Pretty much.
But in hospitality, yeah. But in East Germany, because of the culture of East Germany and the communism, they're more friendly and more like...
Yeah,
me,
because
you could be
a fucking spy of the fucking KGB, and they want to make sure they don't fuck this shit up. So they're very, very. The hospitality is fucking through the roof.
My parents always explained it that because in communism they didn't have much, they only had themselves and their friends, and they were more working together and more friendly to each other. Because capitalism, in a way, makes you a bit more. I have a better house than you. Fuck you. Blah, blah, blah. I want to defend the Saxons in that way. They're more friendly. If you have a dark skin color, no, that's not the truth.
No,
you're in trouble in the East. Gotta be careful there. Dude, last weekend I was in Bautzen. You know Bautzen?
Yeah.
One of the highest AfD voting, right-wing voting villages in Germany, and there wasn't a single person of color there. No kebab, nothing, man.
Yeah, it's I don't know how like 27%? How much is it in Bautzen?
Oh, let me check actually. Bautzen letzte Wahl. These guys are kinda Ergebnisse Bautzen 1. AfD 33.2%.
Oh my god, 33.
1 in 3 votes AfD.
Holy fuck. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't want to make this I don't want to make this political, but fuck them. Fuck them, dude.
Yeah, I
Voting
always...
for a party who's actually unironically saying we're gonna give you money if you make German kids is pretty, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Pretty
I
bad.
always try to be... I always felt like that in my life, I was living as a bridge. I always had a lot of contact to liberal thoughts, like at university or friends. And I was always very connected to, as it's just the truth, I have to say it, to the more right-wing way, like my parents, their friends, these East German Saxons, who are really a little bit more right-wingish. And I always felt like I saw the bridge, I saw both grounds. And I always feel like... I always try to never say fuck both sides. You have to kind of find a way to educate them, which is hard. You really see that in areas in Germany where there's no refugees or foreigners, they are more likely to be racist. Because they never have been around these people, they never learned about them, they never learned that these are mostly just normal people. Like, why is the West less AfD voting? Because the West had foreigners for more longer.
Yeah, but the problem is when you talk about educating, it just implies that there's something which is new to be told. So when we talk about educating, I would support that point when we were like, this is a new party, and they're kind of shadowing racism. It's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty hidden. So we need to educate people about things they actually want to do. But we're so much years ahead of that you can't make the argument that they don't understand what they're voting for. They really do understand what they're voting for.
You're right.
So the education thingy is, I think they know, and I think they don't give a fuck.
True, but that brings us to the next question. Not do they vote for them, but why do they vote for them? And as I always felt in my life living in the East, is that a lot of these people that vote AfD, like my parents, they vote AfD. That's just the world I live in, man. And these people are unfortunately not that educated. I think the main reason is these people, a lot of them, they're not hardcore racists. They don't want to build camps and invade Poland. They just feel very, very left behind. That's what I feel like. They feel like society, this very quick society, globalization, capitalism, has left them behind. If you look at my parents, no one ever helped them. They make no money. My dad went into hard sphere. They just feel so left behind, and they look for a scapegoat. Oh, refugees. And then they vote for this shit. Even though they're in their heart not bad people. So I always feel like a government or society should offer these people more.
It's pretty...
In a way.
I think there might be some truth behind the words you talk, but when I look back at history and the fact that the Third Reich got just annihilated and Hitler got just fucked up and all the people suddenly didn't know. They suddenly got intrigued by his arguments and the way he wanted to make them the first class they always dreamed about, the Germans being in the top. And I'm always confused because that's so repetitive. That's nothing new. There's history and we can look at this, and there have been people in the past who said the same shit. I feel left out because of that. I'm gonna vote for the fucking racism shit again. But it doesn't work. It just brings more hatred, and it just brings more frustration, and it doesn't help as well. It's just not like they've been voting. Let's make the argument that they have been voting for a couple of years right now, like 2-3 years, voting the same shit on their regional levels and maybe for the country. What changed for them? Did anything get better, or why are they still voting for them? Because I got the view that they are frustrated with the government, and now they're just collectively voting for the party which is not the main government.
Yes,
and they're pretty successful with this because the AfD in East Germany are getting pretty. You said Bautzen, for example, 33% the last time. So, what did change? Did it get better?
Well, they vote for a party that's not getting into the government, so nothing could have changed. Maybe they think once they are in government, things will change.
But is the party on a position, even in the opposition, is the party in a position where they make the argument that they're trying to do it with sense to make it better? Or is it just using its power to block everything, to make weird statements, just providing another argument against democracy? The AfD is not a democracy party. It's just using democracy against democracy. It's pretty weird.
I think the point to understand is that everything you just explained, aka history repeats itself, education, did anything change, is that people like you and me, we are globally connected. We had good school. We know what's going on. But a lot of these people in these villages, once again, I want to use my dad as an example. My dad doesn't show on the internet. He doesn't see a different world. And they, as arrogant as it might sound, they lack the horizon to understand what's going on. They don't think on the level that you think. And if you want to understand an AfD voter, you maybe have to go on their level.
But I don't want to join racism to understand racism. This racism thing is also pretty... I know it's pretty damning, but dude, like I said, it's not like this is a new party back in 2016 or something, and we need to find out how this is working, or how this is what they want to do. They pretty much showed everyone what they want to do and how they want to do this. There's been exposings all over the place. They are homophobic. They're just cultivating a mindset which is from the past. And sometimes people think the past was good. But as you see regarding the global pandemic right now, and people as well saying, yeah, the past was better. Could you fucking just make... This is a funny argument. Imagine there was a global pandemic back in the DDR, right? And everyone was mandatory to wear a mask and get yourself vaccinated. Dude, do you think they would have fucking asked you to do this?
No.
They would fucking go to your house, drag you out your fucking bed, get you to a department, and get you fucking vaccinated. Like, good things from the past. We are talking about those people who make the same argument that there's question for the mandatory vaccination. But they're also wishing back the good old days. So how the fuck does this make sense?
People like this are just almost delusional. Yeah. What he's saying is kind of chat that we in Germany, probably in your country, same. We have a lot of people, especially East Germans, that are really Corona doesn't exist.
I think it's in the world. It's a global problem.
Yeah, like the Corona deniers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I sometimes have this theory again that the world is getting too fast. Globalization, the news, everything, and a lot of people, especially older ones, have issues keeping up with all this stuff going on, man.
Yeah, people have problems keeping up. I think so too. Yeah, but every time someone is overwhelmed with the current, you could say the current meta of the of the reality. You're overwhelmed with the current meta of reality. You're kind of looking for something to hold on to, and those things get pretty weird, like racism.
Exactly, and it's proven in studies and stuff that once a person, especially young males, once they feel lost, they, as you just said, want to feel connected to something. For example, a movement. They join these movements, QAnon, anti-corona, Querdenker. Some people even they become radical Islamists and stuff. It's always these people that feel very lost and they look for an anchor. A fly just flew into my water. Good job.
Well done.
And I'm always asking them, I don't want to always judge people and be like, oh, fuck them all. I always try to find a solution for that. Like, maybe you have to give these people purpose again, you know?
When we're done with talking, by the way, you can take a look. I don't know if you saw already the Channel 5 things. Because
I always watch it, yeah.
You watched it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's something to have a pretty nice insight on the QAnon shit. It's pretty ridiculous.
Just lost it. And as they explained there, the problem nowadays is that nowadays idiots know they're not alone. Because of the internet, they can connect. They know other people have the same ideas and they get stronger. Yeah. What you gonna do about it, though?
Yeah, you can. You said I don't want to make, and you said just like I don't want to tell them to fuck off because I don't share their political view, right? I'm actually saying I'm gonna. I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't really. I'm sorry. I tried so hard to convey them of this weird thing that we learned from history. Like, especially when you're talking to Germans, are like, fuck, dude, don't you remember? Didn't you learn? We learned. We are like we were the fucking bad guys. And maybe not you, maybe not your father, maybe even not your grandfather, but someone in there had this uniform or maybe this attitude and said, fuck you. I'm gonna go to a camp and kill some Jews. And that's something to remember, and not even to feel guilty, but maybe to prevent it happening again.
When you say you tried and got so far, you mean like you talked to people?
I talk to people. I'm talking all the time, dude. My stream gets pretty political because of the current Superwahljahr. Yeah, you could say it like that. And I'm getting pretty political.
The big election
talking,
September.
Yeah, pretty political. Going through all the party programs. I'm trying to educate myself and reflect on this education and tell the viewers in the stream, and it's get pretty political. And we get all those debates about those parties or these parties and fuck the Greens and fuck the CDU and all this stuff. But I try to talk with pretty lost people, I would say. People who support the positions of the AfD. They are pretty fine with the statements they made, with the obviously racism that is transported. And
what kind of arguments do they bring?
Because they try to get you with, yeah, all those people, foreigners, they are pretty criminal, and yeah, you need to send them back, and that's not good. They take our jobs. It's always the same shit. And anti-government and stuff. And all the corona shit is pretty big as well when you talk to them right now.
As I got older, I got truly the feeling that we live in a world now where everybody's opinion is so sophisticated that it's almost literally impossible to change anyone's opinion anymore.
Yeah, and it's not even possible. I would even say the internet is not the right platform to do that. So fuck those guys. I'm not here to convince them because they don't open up the internet browser, go on Twitter or on Twitch to be educated on that problem. Right?
Yeah.
Just to make... They don't want to discuss. They want to prove their point and that they're right. And with that point or with that attitude, pushing racism, what the fuck? What can you do? So fuck them.
Yeah, it's not worth it anymore. Yeah, I feel like nowadays a lot of debates is just people want to feel bestätigt in their Ansichten. Yeah.
But
and I come to the conclusion that this is all worthless, and the only good you can do in life is, for example, in our position as entertainers that actually reach thousands of people every month, to maybe give them a little bit of knowledge, or that they should think.
Yeah, I think that's a two-sided sword as well, because holy shit, I don't want every influencer to make political talks. They need to fucking shut the fuck up. Yeah. Imagine Mr. Montana Black telling you about his political views and why he's making the educated choice to, I'm not gonna go to vote. It's all the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not that good
That
of
will, if
an
you're
idea.
that big, you're gonna influence a lot of people, and they're gonna listen to you. Like, when we reach a point in life when a big influencer says something, people will actually fucking do it, which shows the responsibility you have, in a way.
I think the best thing to do right there is to ask yourself the question as an influencer or a streamer or a YouTuber: are you able to keep up with the political debate and all the surpluses or all the benefits and the negatives that come with it? And it's mostly negatives. It's not like there's a, I wouldn't even say there's a bonus of it. Just you're gonna fucking get people mad when you start talking about that.
Yeah, like a guy in chat just said, I don't listen to politics from a boomer who votes green.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. How can you no, you need to be aware of that. And when you're aware of that, you should make the educated choice to not talk about it. Because I understand people should not talk about this when they're not aware that this is a fucking toxic topic.
Yeah,
it can get pretty heated.
I agree. I fully agree. I mean, we're getting older, we're getting more wiser, and you really realize this is not worth it anymore. Still, sometimes you gotta be honest. I think you like to do political streams because you know people love it. It gets views. People are really into that shit. But yeah, it's very, very dangerous. So I agree with you. You shouldn't talk about it anymore. But I personally feel like, especially in the last year, something happened in Germany, and that is, and I think you agree with me here as I check your tweets, is that it became very apparent that the leading party of Germany, CDU, is doing some massive fucking mistakes. And that's where I kind of decided lately to not shut up so much and actually talk about it openly with proof and sources on stream to show especially young German viewers, hey, listen, the CDU, you should really look into that a bit. These guys are a bit sketchy.
These guys are a bit sketchy.
I feel like it's sometimes it reaches a point like with CDU where you have to talk about it. You just have to. It just becomes.
I think that's the right decision for you as well. It just needs, you need to ask yourself, okay, when I do this, or you need to confront yourself, okay, when I'm gonna do this, there's gonna be some heated arguments ahead because people are not in the same mindset as I am, and people are maybe not aware, or people are not willing to discuss these topics. And even if it's so open and so blatantly, regarding this party especially, it's still it can be very frustrating as well, because when you get into this topic and into this political debate, you can get especially frustrated when you don't make a difference, right? Yeah, influencers have this privilege where they always make a difference because thousands of people watching them. Like when you have 1,000 people watching you, and you can have very fun talks and have games and maybe have some cool sponsorships or partners, and it all works out, and suddenly you don't make a difference. Can be pretty interesting reaction to this.
I mean, in the end, the most educated thing is to just not talk about it. Like sometimes, like right now, for example, you start talking about politics on stream, and then you read chat, and you read the dumbest shit in the world. Like, there's a guy in chat right now, I think it's the guy from before, who says, Nazis weren't right-wingers, they were more like economic centrists. No one asks, no one cares. There's always people that are completely
this is straight up fucking... Dude, where's the fucking hammer, dude? Am I a mod here?
And it's just, I don't even blame
Why
the guy.
am I no mod? Why no mod?
I don't know.
Give me mod, dude.
Oh god, he's gonna...
I'm gonna take care of this.
STAYI?
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? You wrote it in your fucking title, you dumb
here,
boomer.
there you go. I think I modded you. I think so.
How the fuck
Full
is this?
Again. It just, dude, I reached a level though where I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him. It's just like, it shows it's not worth it. Maybe a streamer has to understand, and here we go. I'm gonna say it. Maybe you have to understand that your chat is not that smart. And maybe, look, when you go to a party, a wedding, and a young 11-year-old comes to you, hello, do you have games on your phone? You don't talk about this kid about politics and really hardcore issues of the world. No, you fucking talk about Pokemon.
Do you have games?
Guy.
Did you already heard of a Raid Shadow Legends?
So, I don't know, it's just all not worth it, man.
Tommy, I got an idea. Fuck politics right now. Let's talk about fucking. And I got an
About
idea. Hold on,
fucking?
hold on. I want to play some Crusader Kings with you. Maybe Crusader Kings, the newest one, the 3, or some edition before. I want to make some game.
Where you fuck my wife?
Dude. Where there's a competition.
Who fucks the most women?
Yeah, no. Who is the best motherfucker? We get points for fucking each other's mothers in Crusader Kings. And I wanted to do this.
I used to play that in real life.
I want to do some motherfucking Crusader Kings.
Quite literally.
To just maybe we can figure something out. I had this idea for all this time already, and I tried to do it with a German friend of mine, Carl. But we never got to the final point where we actually agreed to do this. But I think you're the right guy. You're the right guy to do it. So let's do a Crusader Kings 3 game and fuck each other's mothers. And
if you're into that, man, sure. I'm known as the motherfucker on Twitch. We can do that, man. Sure. Well, I mean, what would you do though? You will just do the intrigue tree and then you just try to seduce them the whole time.
Yeah, and you try to seduce him.
Why is it every time I play Crusader Kings with any content creator, it's just about fucking modders? I once had a big CK2 game with big English streamers, and you know, I'm kind of a guy. I'm like a role player. I'm taking it serious. I'm a guy. I'm like, okay,
I would role play this as well. I'm not sure though.
And I'm sitting in this game with these guys, and I just want to play serious, and they don't give a fuck. They just fuck my mother the whole time.
Crusader King, I'm just
Shout
so
out to Drew
fucking
Journal. Shout out. Sure, we can do that, man. And then we can first to fuck 10 moms or something.
Oh god, why did this happen, dude? How did I miss this?
Oh, a long time ago.
So you were like all role playing with your fucking with your clothes on, going into the debate. Yeah, you just.
No, I always said that.
You send armies to the borders. What can I do?
Every time I do collab stream
protection for the guy who fucked your mother.
Every time I collab stream with others, I'm like really serious about the gameplay, and the others they just want to meme the whole time because that's their main content.
I'm sorry, I'm so dead. I was like, oh my god, dude. You know the most funny thing is that I thought this is a very funny idea at the right moment when you start talking, that it happened before because someone was.
But there it wasn't planned. They just fucking do it. I actually want to be a bit honest. I hate that shit. So I was doing this big Crusader Kings game with other people, and once again I'm like really serious. I name my family with a middle-aged name stuff, and then one guy. He's playing England, and he renames his country to "Fuck Tommy" or something, and it just destroys my whole experience.
Yeah.
I'm like,
okay,
hey,
I understand. If you're gonna go hardcore, it was not. That's the reason why I talked about it. It's clearly not a hardcore attitude to this. Maybe some hardcore, but maybe it's not RP hardcore RP in this case. But
it's okay.
I kind of like.
We can fuck modders if you want to, man.
No,
we can do an RL stream about it.
No, I cannot do it anymore because you just
okay.
ruined it for me. Did you play Hell Let Loose?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, used to.
You should do it again because
the new update
it just released final, and they got Stalingrad and shit, and yeah, I pretty much enjoyed it because it kind of gets serious as well.
That brings me back to my roleplay thing. You know what I hate about Hell Let Loose and Listen and all these games post-scriptum? I always take it super serious, and I want to have like a real team play, but everybody just always memes.
No, there are servers who are fucking like super serious.
And don't forget heavy stream sniping, heavy man, dude. I'm having a tank crew at the middle of nowhere. I'm on a mountain at the end of the map. Suddenly a random dude walks in with a bazooka and shoots me in the ass, man. You're not telling me this guy didn't stream snipe every fucking time in these games. You have like these agents hunting you, bro. Fucking hell. There's lob servers.
Just get a stream delay and an overlap for you.
Oh no, I can't do that. I feel like if you live stream, it should be live. You should be there for your audience live.
Yeah. I had to quit a server or 2 servers where the admin was like, "Hey, you are streaming, right? Do you get an overlay for a map or stream today?" And I was like, "No, thank you." And Alt 4.
Yeah.
I cannot do this as well. It's just about temporary
Maybe
fun.
that's a better idea than CK to make a Hella Loose squad together and actually roleplay. Like, you are a team
that
leader,
would be pretty
and
good.
everyone in the team has to really listen to your orders, and we're gonna see how it goes. Thank you, Voice. I think that's funny. Like, legit, if you don't give an order, nobody does anything.
I think we need to make. The problem is, I think we need to make our own servers because we get kicked all the time.
Really, yeah.
When you get a big stream with Hell Let Loose, people will fucking know. People will fucking know.
We kind of have to do it. We have to join the server offline and then turn the streams on or something. I actually was after a while.
No, people will find you.
Sometimes the admins of the server texted me and they protected me. They literally went to ghost mode and they looked for stream snipers and banned them to create. I remember especially in Postscriptum, because the game is dying, they were very happy that the streamers coming to their game, and so they really protected me a lot. I remember that. They really worked hard to give me good experience.
How much is a Hell Let Loose server?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know.
There's no customization with that, is it?
I don't know anything about servers. I just know that once a year I make a Minecraft server that always dies because children are children. That's all I know about servers.
Oh, you had a Minecraft server.
Oh, I always once a year I had a Minecraft server, very successful. But it always ended like I wake up in the morning, I just want to chill, poop, drink coffee, and the first message on Discord, "Tommy, the server died because someone leaked my nudes, and then I fucked his mother, and then he was exposed as a real-life Nazi, and the server's offline now." And I'm just sitting there, ey. Was ist denn los mit euch Kindern, Alter? Thanks, ey. Always ends like this, bro. Always. You ended it? You wanted reset? What the fuck? You an idiot, Patrol. Shut the fuck up, you monkey. You don't even know what happened. Anyway. So, Stay, what... Name 3 topics, because I always want to learn what you're doing lately and what's going on with German stuff. Name 3 things that are right now a big thing on your stream or in German streaming and content creation.
Transphobia. Transphobia,
That's
big topic right now.
Why?
Because of the Olympics and the situation with the woman,
New Zealand.
with the New Zealander woman, right? Yeah. And German influencers and streamers or gamers, I'm not sure how to rightly group them, kind of got the topic in their Twitter feed and made some stupid arguments, and they're getting fucking roasted for that. It's pretty entertaining.
There's like a drama about this, or
yeah. To sum it up, it's about a German Call of Duty content creator who said this is unfair, blah 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 blah. They're not real women, they're men, and this is obviously transphobia. And then they get into more difficult statements where they just said, yeah, they're not real women, they're just men, and it's so blatantly transphobic because the woman they are talking about just fucking didn't even get into the points. She didn't even get anything done. She missed all the possibilities to have a good competition. She just left, and they're still debating about fairness. And all the athletes, the women athletes, who are getting messages like, "How do you think this is it?" They're complaining about the situation. Yeah, what the fuck? Where all this men coming from? All these accounts coming from? Asking me about the fairness in the sport, dude. You were never involved in the sport. You never actively supported the woman in athletics and in the Olympic state or whatever. It's just the first time you kind of show solidarity, and it's so weird. And when they want to make statements about change, they should talk about the system. Like, maybe we could get over all the sex classifications and do it with hormones, or maybe we could change the system in general to make it more fair. That's like the debate right now. But German streamers and German influencers, or maybe the debate in this social media shit, is pretty toxic, pretty transphobic. Holy shit.
I think
that's one point.
A very scary thing that even the viewer has to understand that when you are an influencer and you have a big following, you are in a very unique position that you can say whatever you want as long as you don't get banned and it's toss. And first of all, you feel a bit like a god because I have 3,000 people listening to me. Secondly, a streamer is always kind of an echo chamber. You choose what you react to, you choose what you answer. You can kind of build your own little safe space as a streamer. I have an opinion. If you don't like it, I don't read you or I ban you. Streamers have to, especially young streamers, have to really... It's dangerous. Because you have no one that gives you
I
counters.
think I was not educated with this. Like, I was really not educated with this. I'm not into women's sports. I don't give a fuck about sports in general. So, I'm not into women's sports as well. So, I see this topic and I take a look at it. And the first thing I think is, yeah, that sounds pretty unfair. So, let me take a look at this. But when you dive into the problem, you get all those comments about she's not really being a woman, she's just a man, and just, dude, we're in 2021. We're in a mental state and in a progressive state. We educated ourselves. We are just so far ahead in society. We should be able to understand what's the problem and what to do and what not to do. So many people have problems with this. And even if when you explain, and I'm explaining much, I'm going in my native language, not in foreign English. I'm trying to provide an argument where they can debate the problem of the Olympics with the system. But it always escalates into being, this is not a real woman. It's fucking what? Why? Why do we do this? It's not changing shit. When you want to change shit and be mad about something, and you can be mad about this, then it's about the Olympics who have maybe something weird in the way they give points or that they classify this. So you can talk about this, but it's just so weird and not. It should be so obvious. And I think, and when I see it, when I take a look at myself and reflect on things, the first time I heard about this, I think I had some transphobic thoughts as well, because the first time you see these articles about this, it's always, yeah, she became a woman but was a man, and dude, fuck, of course you have this thought, but when you dive into, when you try to get a bigger picture of the problem, you see very clear that it shouldn't be about the debate of which sex one athlete is. It should be about the system which is providing this debate and maybe changing the system. No? Right? So that's a big topic right now in the German influencer scene. And politics as well. We already talked about this. What's the third? You said 3, right?
Yeah, this is 1. 2 more.
What do we have? Let me take a look at my...
I always feel like a big thing is, who is Montana Black's girlfriend? Who is it?
That was pretty weird. I was not into that.
Oh god.
Fuck? Dude, you said 20 minutes ago
I forgot already, man. I'm 30. There's not much going on anymore.
In German, there's always this big debate about gender and the language. Like, how do you do this? But foreigners will not understand, I think. So when you're German,
you mean the language thing?
Yeah. When you're German, there's always this debate for months right now about inclusion, and German is a pretty difficult language. So when you try to speak Germans, and Germans know this as well, there's a pretty complicated system behind the language, and you fuck up pretty hard, even though you're native in it. And I know this for myself. I fucked up so much.
Shit to explain chat in, you know, if you say in English, you say janitor, you mean everybody, right? You mean the male and the female janitor. In German, it's different. We have the word for janitor, Hausmeister, which is a male word, which doesn't include female janitors. So now there's a debate. How do you address
We're not
that?
talking about male and female as well. The gender thing is about inclusion of everyone.
Yeah, even
And there has been some studies from Sweden I think it was a Sweden study where they experimented with kids, not like those experiments you think about, but they experimented with kids and the linguistic change of inclusion of words. Like, it sounds pretty non-problematic, but when you see the effects of language, and I think streamers and influencers and YouTubers know best what language can affect. And we talked about, and you talked about this when you're in your bubble and you have like 2,000 people. It always makes a difference what you say and how you say it, because you get in this echo chamber and can get pretty toxic pretty fast. Language is a pretty fucking powerful thing. And in Germany, there's this debate, or alongside Germans, that inclusion should be necessary, and some people say it just slaughters the language itself. It's pretty complicated, and when I first picked it up, it was pretty complicated. But there's this ongoing debate, and influencers make pretty weird statements regarding that. But it's ongoing process. That's as well. What do we have? Oh my god, I'm gonna do an... Dude, you're a fucking Magic the Gathering guy, right?
I used to, yeah.
You used to. I'm gonna go into card openings again, but not Pokemon.
Magic?
No, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know shit about Yu-Gi-Oh though. You could draw something big, I wouldn't even know. We
should do an opening together. I need a brother from another mother who's into
I wanted to do that
Yu-Gi-Oh.
for a long time, but don't you think that Pokemon will reach far more viewership?
Like, yeah, fuck Pokemon, dude. Fuck those nerds with Pokemon cards. Yu-Gi-Oh is the shit.
I don't know.
Huh?
I know.
Okay, let's say this. Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty much better when you play the game. I played the game and I played it a couple of years ago as well. But Magic the Gathering, I know Magic the Gathering is the OG shit, the gatekeeping shit. We don't talk about this. Okay, it's always been the first. I know. But Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty fun. Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty fun.
What we can do is we can one day meet up, set up a camera, and we have 50% Yu-Gi-Oh packs and 50% Pokemon packs. Or maybe even Magic. I would be open for that. But pure Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't understand that. I wouldn't get it. Like, we really buy, like 50% each. We buy these old packs, like where the good shit is in, and all the earnings from it, 50-50 again, or charity.
I made an opening. I had an opening in the past, dude. Let me just look through my Twitter timeline.
I have some issues with Magic, as chat knows. A little bit of issues with that game. Fucking Magic together, dude. Alhamdulillah, as I sit here.
Alhamdulillah.
If you want to play Magic Online, there's two ways: Magic Arena and Magic Online. Have you heard of that?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Listen to this. I mean this, brother. Yes. There's a game called Magic Arena. You know what that is? You play Magic Online.
Yeah. I played Magic Arena. That's from Wizard of the Coast, right?
Yes, and I played that for a long time. I even reached... I've spent many hours, much money. I reached rank 77, blah, blah, blah. As I sit here, I promise my life and the life of my unborn child, the system is rigged. Magic the Gathering Online has a rigged programming that's rigged against you 1,000,000%. All the big influencers see it too. There's something going on. You never go first 50%. In my opinion, the biggest scam game I've ever seen in my entire life. And I, from the bottom of my heart, hate Magic Arena. And I will swear and I will bet money it is legit rigged. The source code, the program, has mistakes in it. And they should be investigated by the FBI. Yes!
How the fuck?
There's many statistics where, for example...
You're such a toxic boomer who became unlucky in a card game that he says this?
There's statistics. I played 5,000 games. How often... When you play a card game, what decides who goes first, Staiy? A coin flip, right?
A coin flip, right?
Now, if you play 5,000 games, and there's other big content creators, the biggest Magic YouTuber, Convertible Blue, even has the same. When you play 5,000 games, how often do you think I went first? How often?
Yeah, around 48% probably.
61%, I went second. 61% in 5,000 games. A very good statistic group. Many people have the same statistics. I'm a big fan of Magic on Twitch. They all left Magic Arena. They all play Magic Online. You can check right now, Andrea Mengucci. But I know a lot of what I'm talking about here, man. That shit is fucking rigged. I swear to God. So now I play
Holy
Pokemon.
shit! So you're saying that Wizard of the Coast rigged their own?
Yes, yes. And the only life goal is around to get so rich with stream that I can buy a big lawyer team and expose them. Yes.
I'm actually in contact with the Wizards of the Coast.
Well, tell them to suck a dick. Tell them. Motherfuckers, man.
Because
Rigged
I'm playing
fucking
D&D.
shit.
I'm playing
Also,
D&D.
there's a lot of behavior that, for example, they're only pushing mono red, which is easy money grabs for them.
Oh my god, why didn't I ask you? Dude, you want to play in a German D&D group?
You already did that months ago.
Did I ask you?
And I told you I'd never have time on the weekends, so I couldn't unfortunately join.
Oh fuck, yeah. You were like the first guy I asked, and you just
The roleplay guy.
Dude,
yeah, unfortunately,
you
I
were
would
like
have loved to
the first
join.
guy.
But I have this weird thing where I never stream on prime time and I never stream on weekends. Great fucking career, TommyKay.
How the fuck, dude? It's Sunday.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
Weekend is always, girlfriend day. Chat, if you ever want to be a successful streamer, never get a family. Never.
Dude, you're talking about a family, having a girlfriend, dude.
Yeah. What? Whoa, dude.
Hey, I'm no disrespect to her. Oh my god, she watched the stream, right?
Unfortunately, that dude Lisa's the
fuck
funniest.
Me,
She's like a
I'm
big
so done.
Like
When we will be meeting, she will attack me.
She doesn't care. But sometimes it's so funny. Today I wake up and I'm chilling, and Lisa walks into the room with a phone, and she says, "Tommy, I just read a YouTube comment, and I had to comment." And I'm like, "What?" Like there's a little clip about Lisa, like 30 seconds, and she brings me water, and a guy comments, "Oh my god, Lisa is so stupid, she doesn't represent women's rights." Some really dumb shit, like just... And Lisa, knowing this is just a child, she literally logs in and comments, "Listen, young man, you don't know anything." And I'm just like, Lisa, why do you answer? Jeez, why do you?
This is
Come
so
on.
good. I like Lisa.
I think I talked to you about this before.
Lisa's based.
I always felt like I'm very blessed to have Lisa, which is a pure normie, because I always felt like if you are too stuck in the internet Twitch world and have no counterbalance, that can be scary. I like that Lisa is my balance to always pull me out of the internet Twitch bubble and pull me back to real life. I like that. Like sometimes I watch these big streamers, like I think about Soda Poppin', a man who achieved everything, money, whatever, but he sits in this house with these people always there. I just sometimes wonder if these streamers with all their money wake up when they're 40 and feel like, I never found a woman to really build something up with. I never had children. I wonder if they ever will feel like that maybe one day. Like I feel like I never wanted to end up like this. Like I'm 12 hours every day on stream and nothing else matters in life. I don't know if that's healthy. Thank you, Volbus.
Yeah.
Saying that though, I know if Lisa will leave me right now, I will stream 16 hours a day. I do nothing else anymore.
And you would agree with us, right?
100%, dude. I would, yeah. But once again, my point.
Okay.
Like in a hypothetical world, Lisa leaves me now, and I completely get consumed by Twitch. I wouldn't have a counterweight anymore that pulls me out of stuff. That tells me. I think everyone needs a friend that sometimes touches your shoulder and says, "Listen, what you just said is a bit weird. You should reflect a bit more. You're not all knowing." I think that's important, and especially with young streamers that have millions of viewers. It comes to me. Sometimes it looks to me like these young streamers. They feel unstoppable. They feel unfadable. They feel like they know something others don't know, and no one tells them, "Stop right there. You're going too far." I think it's important.
But how should you not when you're like 19, 20 and you're buying your first Lamborghini?
Yeah.
So how should you not lose your mind?
Yeah, like you just said, they're losing their mind, man, and I don't know. Think about this a lot. Like, always hypothetical experiments. Imagine you have one day a son. Your son is 15, 16. He says, "Dad, you're a successful streamer. I want to be the same." What kind of tips do you give him? What kind of direction you want to steer him?
Beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, tell him, get a real job, you fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only solution.
Probably.
I always wonder about the families who have kids who are like having those big ideas and very just out of their mind, getting influencer or getting into the game, starting
yeah.
streaming, doing YouTube. I always think about the fathers and the mothers. What do you do? Huh?
Well, once again, you mean when the child wants to become that? What do you
Yeah,
do?
influencer. When they get the seed in their head, they become the successful influencer as well, because it seems so easy.
Which happens a lot now in my family. There's one 14-year-old and one 10-year-old, and they talk about nothing else. They want to be YouTubers.
Oh my god! How do you?
Which makes sense, right? I mean, do you want to have a shitty job 8 hours a day that you hate, or you want to play games all day for way too much money? Easy question.
Yeah, but this it seems so illusionary, because it's not like something you can train. You don't get an education. You don't have a way to learn the handcraft like you can learn anything else. It's just so depending on luck and being in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, right. But I also feel another attribute. You have to be born for it in a way. When you look at successful streamers, they're doing what they love. They play video games, and they like to talk about them. They're natural. If you look at Summit, Asmongold, all these people, even me, I don't know about Stay, but they do what they want to do. They do what they want to do. And sometimes I think the new generation wants to become YouTubers and streamers without that attribute. They just want it because they want the life. But they don't want the content. They don't like playing games. Stuff like that. That's important. You need to have the attribute. And back to your question, what do you do? What my cousin does with his 14-year-old son, and what I do with Lisa's brother, is I tell them, it's totally okay to hunt your dreams. You should do that. But you should always have the second option. Finish your school. Pay attention to school. Make sure you have that degree. And then slowly start your stream or YouTube video. Start it slow. Never go all in. That's kind of what I think you have to teach them. It's totally okay to follow this, but you have to be prepared.
I would kind of do the same thing, just with a little more, just maybe some rules that are specific. I would say you can do this when you finish your education and worked 5 years.
5 years?
5 years. And then you can proceed this if you want to do this.
Thank you, Kaiser. I wouldn't go that far. That's the child is by then like 23, 24.
Yeah.
I would maybe do more like bring home decent grades, and I will allow you to stream 8 hours a week in the beginning or something. Do you
think? Do you think kids should be on Twitch? Regarding
no, I mean, is that against TOS even? You have to be at least.
No, I don't think.
Right?
I'm not saying kids and like being 7 or 8 years old. I'm talking about 14, 15, like this.
13, right, on the TOS. Yeah. I personally disagree with it, because when I read chat and what happens here, this is not good for a child, man.
No,
this is not good. But people do it, man. People. I mean, you know these YouTubers where you really feel how the parents pressure the kid into becoming a content creator.
Yeah.
To make money. Oh, that's so disgusting, dude. Thank you for the 10, Kaiser. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Kaiser.
What I think though is, I think this is really an interesting future. Because this whole content creation thing is still young, and it's now becoming a big thing. Young people are really into this. It's becoming bigger and bigger. I don't think YouTube and Twitch will end anytime soon. It's an interesting time. The next years. Would you leave
Twitch when someone comes with an exclusive partnership offering?
Depends on the money. Look, we got a real talk here. I think I'm very loyal to Twitch, and I think Twitch has the best layout. But you gotta. I personally always think family comes first, and if someone offers me money that sets my family up forever, I probably will maybe do that.
Okay, 15,000 a month for 3 years guaranteed. Would you do it to Facebook?
That's like, 15,000 a month. That's not even what.
Yeah, I know. Oh, flex, bro. Weird flex, bro.
What?
Okay. Let me just. What? Such a weird flex. Oh my god, Tommy. Oh,
what?
Me.
I don't. You would have to make the numbers and shit, but
$30,000 a month, 3 years fixed contract.
Unlike for like YouTube, I mean,
Facebook gaming.
Alter. The thing is, at some point you have to listen at reality, man. And 30K a month means you're set up, your family's set up, your children are set up. You could sell it to you could say it's sell, but there's a thing called real life, and I think you should really consider that, man. Why the fuck not? Even though there's another argument that I like, and that's
Upload filter rules supreme.
poverty is a superpower. What I mean, that sounds weird, but listen, when
So a lot of superheroes on this planet, dude.
What I mean is, when you are raised poor and you're used to having not enough money.
Question marks, dude.
Like I'm used for 27 years to have 400 euros a month. I'm used to that. I'm totally used to having no money. Meaning, the income I have right now and the money I have right now is enough for me to be happy. And that's not a big argument. Do I need 30k a month and shit on what I like, the Twitch layout? That's not a big argument. Maybe I wouldn't do it because I'm okay with the money right now. But then again, another big, maybe that also is a point in your life because you're also getting older. As I'm looking at my future, how long will I be a streamer? One day I have to pay a house or an apartment. This is where real life knocks at your door, chat. When I look at my real life and the taxes I pay and what I want to do in the future, I realize money is still a big thing. We're living in a world right now where the money I make in a month is still not enough to get a good house, which is completely mental. And that's sometimes the moments where I'm like, where I sometimes feel like, oh, maybe I should go a bit more for money, because one day I'm 50, nobody watches the shit anymore, and then where will I be? Like, in a weird way, every euro counts if you're honest to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I always have this old boomer feeling of one day your stream is over, your career's over, nobody will care about you anymore. And at that point, you are alone with your own problems. And you will maybe think, I wish I made a little bit more money so I'm more set up in age. Does that make sense? Do you feel that, or?
Yeah.
One day this
I'm not
over.
I had the thought you're talking about, but I had it like 4 years ago. In the start, 2013 when I started streaming, and 2014 when I became partner, I thought this can be over tomorrow. This can be over tomorrow. And I had this for 2 years to 3 years every day.
Same. I know exactly what you mean, yeah.
But now I feel established. I feel like even if you don't like me, you heard of me. In Germany as well, like fuck all this American viewers.
Yeah, fuck you, chat. This guy's a big thing in Germany.
I feel like I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
I totally feel what you're saying right now. In the beginning, just like you said, 2-3 years, you have kind of imposter syndrome. You don't believe in it. You can't believe this is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally feel you there. And then, same as you just said, one day the point comes to where you wake up and you're like, I believe in myself. I know this channel is successful. I know I'm successful. I know believe in it and in the future, which is a great thing, yeah. But still, I feel like at the moment I look at buying a house or an apartment and I realize, bro, it's my responsibility to pay for this thing. No one else's. So should I take the sponsorship? Should I take the 30k from YouTube? Then you think about that, you know?
Stop talking about YouTube. I'm talking straight up Facebook.
Nah, that's kind of... I mean, who's on Facebook? Our parents. Your best viewer is your fucking dad. Facebook
probably,
dad. He's
but,
like, fucking refugees.
I got kind of into
the chat.
Facebook the past days and took a look at the statistics. Dude, they're fucking doing good.
But isn't it mostly Asians? Philippines and stuff?
There's a big market in Asia, but there are international streamers, Americans, even Germans, who are doing pretty good. Kinda interesting, isn't it?
But you gotta also agree, Twitch has the best layout and your community.
Yeah, Twitch is the when it comes to OG streaming mentality, we got grown up with Twitch, so we learned everything we know from streaming from Twitch. And the reason we say it's the best because Twitch showed us. There's no way there's going to be a platform who can compete with that development, because everyone maybe not everyone, but a large part of the audience, even in this channel, got into streaming or saw their first stream or got into a huge amount of stream time with Twitch.
Twitch, yeah.
And Shadowbait. And that just makes so much so easier for the platform, because that's the standard. Yeah.
But yeah, this is all hypothetical, right? These offers are only like for big streamers.
Oh,
Sometimes.
Justin TV. Yeah, we know you old. Actually, it was Justin TV.
My first stream ever was on own
Fuck
TV.
me.
Owned with a free.
That's
Yeah.
so old.
But yeah, these offers, they're like for big streamers, right? I sometimes wonder why YouTube and Google doesn't use their money to just fuck up the streaming market and really take over.
Because they don't need to. They're just
Yeah, true, yeah.
slowly bleeding out this platform.
Yeah, I saw these statistics where YouTube, the money YouTube makes is so a different universe than the Twitch money, and they don't have to care about the stream market. I just feel like if I was the boss of Google, I would appoint someone. I give him a lot of money, and I tell this guy take over streaming, aka buy these streamers, get contracts,
Yeah, but
improve the
that's
layout.
not good. Mixer showed us that that's not how growth works. Mixer
Yeah,
showed us.
YouTube is a whole nother address than look at all the streamers. They all make YouTube now because they know YouTube is a big thing, and you could connect your YouTube content with a stream. If it's well done, it will be huge, man.
It's not working like that. You need to convince streamers, and I think that's the best solution. I think exclusive partners are exclusive partners. Twitch does the same thing, and they pay for them, and that's okay. But you need to provide the right tools for content creators so that they make the educated decision that this is the better platform for them.
Which is not happening at the moment.
Which is currently in development, but YouTube, they integrated clips the past month.
Oh.
And you can be certain that they will, in the future, maybe months, maybe years, get to the point where you can decide where content creators don't get to decide for the best platform and the second best and the third best, and they just get two platforms who are equally developed, equally have benefits or negatives, and they can say, I want to go there, and everyone will decide for YouTube because the audience is so much bigger.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll see what happens in the future. I'm excited for that. As streamers, you and me, the point on this thing is that to find the best for us, right? Get like a good deal or anything, like the dog or something, you know. Get a good deal, or maybe join Mixer for 6 months and then they go bankrupt and you get all the money from the contract and you're done forever.
Yeah,
shout out to Shroud and Ninja.
Pretty much fucked up, yeah.
But yeah, in the end, all this money talk, I always feel like successful streamers are successful because their number one point is not the money and the success. It's they want to do what they want to do. They want to do content, play games, and talk, and blah blah blah. Like I feel like if you're, you probably get this too, Stay. You so often get messages, hey, I want to become a streamer, YouTuber, can you give me any tips, blah, blah, blah. And the first thing I always say is, you gotta fucking feel what you're doing. If you're only in it for the fame and the money, as Exhibit says in his favorite rap song, it's not gonna go well, man. Maybe if you're a sexy girl, you know, you can.
No.
But, you gotta
I
love
want
what
to
you're
help
doing.
you. I got to talk with a lot of small streamers who cancel their dreams about streaming the first time they notice this. I don't want to stream, but people expect me to. Right? You had this when you wake up and you actually don't want to do this. Maybe it's even more frequent when you're working at the same time.
Yeah.
And you have this small audience. It's like 10 viewers or maybe 20. And they, even though there are just 20 people, they expect you to provide content. And then you came to a point, or you're becoming this. I don't want to do this, but they expect me to. But so I make excuses, and then maybe someone is threatening me or fucking calling me a dipshit or something because of that, and then suddenly I lose interest in streaming. Huh?
Well, what I feel there, maybe I'm gonna be edgy now. I think if you feel like that, then it's not for you. Then that's not you.
Yeah.
Then streaming is not for you.
And
Like,
that's the reason why why we should talk to the younger audience, or maybe even when you have young kids who think influencer thing is the shit. I will just go to them, get down on one knee, and slap my hand in the fucking face and tell them don't fucking stream and do YouTube because it's fucked up.
Yeah, that depends. Like I said, it's all about if you're feeling it, man. If you, because for me, and I think you feel the same. I was working and streaming, but I always loved it. I came home from an 8-hour shift, and I knew I'm gonna stream 8 hours now because I loved it. It wasn't no big deal for me. Yeah, like I always even feel like when people ask about, I wanna hear if you feel the same. This is very interesting. If I'm really completely honest, I'm lying when I'm sitting here like, oh man, becoming successful was so hard. Oh, it was such hard work. I think that's a lie. Because to me, I love talking shit into camera all day and I love playing games all day. Me becoming a streamer was so natural and so easy for me. It was easy peasy.
But how about Hearts of Iron?
Same, I always loved Hearts of Iron. I loved doing it. I loved it.
So would you play it right now?
No, it's completely destroyed by hackers right now, unfortunately. But do you have
Hackers?
that? Yeah, big problem. Oh, the game is completely fucked. Almost every single game gets DDoS and shit, man.
Holy shit.
Long story. But I'm playing single player. But do you have the same that in the beginning, as you built up your career on the internet, you felt like this is all natural? I like this. This is not hard for me.
This is still not hard for me.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. And if you have that mindset, you belong being an influencer. If you don't have that mindset, you don't belong.
You worked full time, right?
Yeah.
Like in a regular job. Every time I get this little sense in my stomach or something in my head that says, dude, this is so exhausting. This is so exhausting. I think
streaming?
about streaming. I think about the mental challenges or whatever. I think about the time I had fucking stomach pains when I went to work on Monday and I didn't want to go and I needed to go till Saturday and got home. The payment was shit. And I was distressed on Sunday because I knew there was a Monday the day afterwards.
These sabots right now, well, that's normal life. Welcome.
And that's always what I think too when I take a look at what I do right now. In the way that you mean you're privileged now that you don't have that. How the fuck am I blessed this? I am so blessed.
Yeah. And that's where I think we put a duty on ourselves. We realize we are very gifted and blessed with our lives right now, and you have to do everything in your power to protect this and build it up more. You know what I mean?
Talking about building up, I need to take a shit. So I will leave you to Vermintide.
Thank you, sir.
You're just...
Chat, you like Vermintide, right? Yep.
Yeah. So have a good stream, Tommy.
Thank you very much, man. Always nice talking to you. And hey, dude, if you, when the next time you come back home to your grandparents, we can do an unboxing. We have to order some packs. But I straight up, we're gonna got the good shit, yeah, like the first edition stuff and shit.
Getting into it with all the monies.
Yes, and then we resell it or change and say for charity. Or
put it into nice cases and look at it from time to time. I think.
Dude, I gotta be honest. The final thing when I just started watching Montana Black. I fucking love these VGA packs. I fucking love that shit. I want to get some too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
I think that shit is fucking sick, man. And I think it's a legit fucking investment. If people will buy this in 10 years. Oh my god,
you're gonna play Bannerlord? There was an update, by the way.
Yeah, I just started my new campaign.
Yeah, so you're gonna play Bannerlord, right?
Now? No, not right now. It's too early. The content is too good.
What do you mean too early?
Nah, man, it's still not enough people online. Also, I gotta always. You said streaming is exhausting.
This is a single-player game, dude.
But I hardcore roleplay. It's very exhausting for me. I don't just sit there like some other monkey streamers. Ja, let's mal gucken, was so geht, ne? I roleplay, man. I fucking feel it, you know? And it's exhausting. Like stuff like Bannerlord, I cannot play for 5 hours. It completely exhausts me. Yep.
Disappointed in you, Tommy.
Like when you do a Dungeons & Dragons campaign, can you imagine doing that for 5 hours and not be exhausted?
Dude, I'm doing this for 6 hours, 8
what
hours.
What the fuck, man?
Dude, what are you talking about?
Are you exhausted after that?
Yeah, of course.
And now imagine you do the campaign completely alone. You don't have teammates or the narrator.
Yeah, no problem.
Chat, let's call out this streamer Stay to make a roleplay stream where he's inside a character for 6 hours. And if
Dude,
every
I'm
time he
inside
breaks
a character for all. I'm inside a character for all day, dude. 24 hours a day. We say about that, huh?
What?
Huh?
Is they fake? We should tweet this. We have to talk to the media.
Yeah, we should talk. You should investigate it, like Magic the Gathering.
Anyway, man, good talking to you, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, all
See
the
you.
best, man. All the best.
See you, Chat.
Ich küsse deine Augen, Bruder. Okay, that was a spontaneous little talk. He was just around. I didn't plan this, but I like this. I like talking to people. I enjoy that. I enjoyed it. I just realized as he was talking about like the transgender stuff and stuff like that, I really reached a point where I just don't want to talk about it anymore. Whatever pros, cons, these topics, I don't want to touch them anymore because you can never win.